She was someone who was very elegant, very fearless.
Bruce Macintyre says his partner Amber Rose Isaac was the light of his life. But at 26 years old, Isaac's life was cut short. Macintyre says due to medical negligence during her first pregnancy.
She had feelings that she wasn't going to make it.
She was expressing those to you?
Yeah, she was.
Macintyre says her hospital treatment got so bad, Isaac tweeted in part, "I can't wait to write a tell-all about my experience." 4 days later, she was dead.
Yeah, we used to try to take pictures all the time.
Macintyre says doctors missed repeated signs of HELLP syndrome, a life-threatening pregnancy complication. Now, the 31-year-old is a single father to their 3-year-old son, Elias. Today, he supports the Grieving Families Act, legislation in New York that would permit families in wrongful death suits to recover compensation for their emotional anguish. Nationwide, New York and Alabama are the only 2 states that do not compensate for some type of emotional loss, including grief, anguish, or loss of companionship in wrongful death cases.
We should just be receiving quality care.
Instead, in New York, wrongful death compensation is largely based on the potential future income of the person who died, something experts say can lead to, quote, problematic payout calculations.
It says, for example, that children's lives or lives of the elderly are worth much less. It also cements past structural racism, and it also tends to value men's lives much more than women's lives.
She left there to get groceries on the way home.
It's a reality Garnell Whitfield has felt firsthand.
I'm really sorry she possibly can.
The 66-year-old's mother, Ruth, was murdered last year in the Top supermarket shooting. A white gunman killed 10 black residents in a hate crime. At 86, Ruth was the oldest victim and a lifelong work-from-home mother.
For her life not to be valued because of her chosen profession, because of her age, is outrageous. She was invaluable.
Opponents to the Grieving Families Act say updating the wrongful death calculation would drive up health insurance premiums and liability costs for malpractice.
If you drive up the cost of liability insurance, you're going to lose more physicians.
Since 2019, at least 2 states and Washington, D.C. have passed laws banning the use of race, gender, or ethnicity in wrongful death calculations. Survivors, like Bruce Macintyre, say ending this practice is not just about compensation, but accountability and equity.
We don't want to put a price tag on Amber. You know, she's not just another statistic.
And Bruce Macintyre, who you just heard from, tells us he's filed a wrongful death lawsuit with the hospital, and the litigation is ongoing. In a statement, that hospital, Montefiore Medical Center, tells NBC News they're not able to share information about the case due to pending litigation, HIPAA regulations, and patient privacy rules. As for the Grieving Families Act, New York Governor Kathy Hochul previously vetoed the bill. However, she's currently reviewing an updated version, Kate.
And what does that updated version look like so she might sign it?
Yeah, so she originally vetoed it back in January for the reasons you heard, right? Concerns about increased insurance premiums. Now, the changes to the bill look like a limitation on statute of limitations, right? So that impacts when families can file for damages after a case of wrongful death. And the new bill also limits the number of people who are considered close family members. So some significant shifts there, and we'll see if it actually passes this time around.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.